up, Star Wars fans? Matt Haywood here from the Star Wars Time Show. Remember, there's always time for Star Wars time. And finally, I'm getting my fat face back on the camera. The beard's getting long, and I'm getting ready to cut it. But why am I here? Well, I'm here today to do some speculation on Ming-Na Wen's character in The Mandalorian. So throughout the past couple of weeks, we've been getting some choice quotes from Jon Favreau and David Filoni that lead me to believe that Ming-Na may be playing an expanded universe character in The Mandalorian. So I have 5 possible expanded universe characters that Ming-Na could be playing, and we're going to get into that right now. But I just wanted to say hi. How you doing? There's always time for Star Wars time, right? See? Right here? Star Wars time. StarWarsTime.net. Ming-Na Wen's casting in The Mandalorian came as a surprise to everyone during D23 2019. She hadn't been mentioned at Celebration along with the other cast members, so many wondered why the S.H.I.E.L.D. star's role was being kept so secret. To this day, we still don't know which character she's playing though, but thanks to a few recent interviews from Jon Favreau and David Filoni, I have a few guesses that could be legit. For all intents and purposes, I believe Ming-Na will be playing an expanded universe character that fans will instantly recognize, and one that may be from one of Filoni's animated Star Wars series. This belief comes from a recent quote of his that to me confirms there's a character he created in either the Clone Wars or Rebels that will make their live-action debut in Mando. I mean, he literally said, "Having a character you wrote walk up and talk to you in full costume on a set that you imagined, that was a wonderful thing." How else can that be interpreted? When you couple that with a recent quote from Jon Favreau, who was answering a question about EU characters such as Thrawn or Mara Jade being in the show, he more or less told the interviewer that he doesn't want to spoil anything, but these types of questions aren't out of this world. He said, "I don't want to talk about anything that might be fun for people to discover. We do have conversations. Part of what's fun to see if we could merge the worlds of the original trilogy, the prequels, the sequels, the Clone Wars, and what's been considered canon up to this point and what's been considered part of Legends. I think this show offers an opportunity to bring in all those elements so no matter what your flavor of Star Wars ice cream you like, there will be something to enjoy, but you're asking the right questions." Again, he's providing a strong hint that EU characters, either new canon or new Legends, have been explored for Mando and could very well make appearances. So knowing that, the creatives have said, I believe Ming-Na will play one of 4 EU characters, and 3 of them are also new canon from Filoni's animated work. First up is Sabine Wren, who makes complete sense due to her Mandalorian roots, but could be an issue due to the character's age compared to Ming-Na's. Based on my calculations, Sabine would be in her mid-30s during Mando's timeline, so while Ming is an ageless beauty, the difference may be too great, but not out of this realm of possibilities. Plus, we know Sabine is out exploring the galaxy for Ezra, so it could make sense if she ran into Mando while adventuring. Plus, Sabine is a warrior, which would bode well for Ming-Na's action abilities. Up next is Sabine's travel companion post-ROTJ, and that's Ahsoka Tano. This could be a bit of a reach, but with makeup or CGI, there's no doubt Ming-Na could become real-life Ahsoka. Age would be spot on and less of an issue than her playing Sabine, plus her martial arts would also bode well for playing a former Jedi and Force-using badass. This would also be pure fan service, as Ahsoka has become a favorite since her Clone Wars debut. This next guess could be a reach, but it would make sense narratively and for Ming-Na's age. Ursa Wren, Sabine's mother, could also be a viable role for Wen. Like I said, the age would fit perfectly, and Ursa definitely had some pull on Mandalore when it was split into clan leadership. She too would have obvious connections to the Mando, and she also fights like a badass, which is pretty much a prerequisite for donning Mandalorian armor. Rounding out the new canon characters from animated franchises that Ming-Na could play is Bo-Katan, the leader of Mandalore by the time Star Wars Rebels wrapped. Bo-Katan is obviously Mandalorian and wields power on Mandalore, so considering the Mando is from her planet and we will probably learn more about him, there's a chance a character like Bo-Katan could be someone he knows or used to roll with. She too was quite the badass with a rocket pack, and is the current holder of the Darksaber thanks to Sabine, so again, Ming-Na could kick ass literally as her in Mando. Finally, I'm going with a Legends character who hasn't been canonized yet, and that's Mara Jade. Age wouldn't be an issue, nor would Mara's fighting skills for Ming-Na, but I'm not so sure bringing in Mara on Mando makes sense at all. She was mostly tied to old legend stories that involved her with Palp and ultimately Luke Skywalker as his wife, so I think it would be a hard sell for fans to see her cast as anything but that. I don't think you could spin her as just a badass with her old legends ties to Luke especially. I just don't think it would go over well for Star Wars fans who already have an idea as to who Mara is, so any departure from her legend stories doesn't entirely make sense for Mando. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Haywood signing off for the Star Wars Time Show, and remember, if you listen to the Star Wars Time Show, the Force will be with you, always.